Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back and welcome to the Bear Apprentice, the original one, review. Okay, let's stick to the script that doesn't exist, okay, shall we? So here's the scoop. I'm going to give you guys all the specs first. So let me do some reading for you. This came out in 2010. There was also a 2011 version of this bow, okay? FYI, there are other apprentices, version 2, version 3, some little changes. But that's as far as we're going. Okay, back to the script. It doesn't exist. Brace height is 6 inches. Axle to axle is 27.5 inches. Draw length is 15 inches to 27 inches. Draw weight is 20 pounds to 50 pounds. The maximum speed is 265 feet per second. Mass weight of the bow assembled without arrows in the quiver, 2.9 pounds with a 70% let off. Now the let off is not negotiable, it's not adjustable. Now this is also does what's called poundage, stacking, and unstacking. It's an interesting system. All right, you have a I don't even remember what these damn things are called, but cams, one at each end, right? So this black piece of plastic here, you just pop out the screw, set to the number that you need for the draw length. Do the exact same thing on this side. No bow press required, by the way. Same as adjusting your limb poundage. No bow press required. Now this thing does have a sticker, and if yours has been removed, watch this video. It does give you a warning sticker, though, that does say no more than 3 turns out per limb on the bolts, okay? I don't know. We did a lot more than that. It didn't explode. We had it at 5, okay? I actually have these things at 4 turns out right now to give me a little bit lesser weight because there's a stacking and unstacking portion to this. The only way we would know exactly how much thread is in these things would be to actually put it on the bow press, remove the cables, remove the string, and then take the bolts right out and then see where things actually sit in actual full wind capability with still being in safety limits. But Bear says no more than 3, so don't do as I do, do as they say. It's a safety thing, okay? And, you know, it's just the way it is. So let's finish off the rest of this. You get a Trophy Ridge whisker biscuit with this thing. You get a Trophy Ridge composite sight. I know, plastic, it's okay though. You can always upgrade these parts if you want to and put your own stuff on. There's even a burger hole here, so you can put different accessory into there for like a different kind of mount for like for your rest type of thing. Whatever, okay, it's kind of your thing. You can customize this bow. Does not come with a stabilizer in the front, but the hole is there and it's threaded. You can use any standard stabilizer, doesn't matter how long or how short. The threads are all the same on all of them as far as I know anyways. One guy did take the stabilizer off of his adult size bow and tried to screw it on. The diameter of his threads were too big for the hole, which told me that he got one that somebody wasn't paying attention when they threaded the hole in the riser and they made the threads too small, because I took the stabilizer out of my PSC Stinger 3G. It's screwed right in, no hassle. And that stabilizer is probably going to end up on this bow once I get the stabilizer I want for that bow. Okay, got to share parts after all, right? Anyways, it is a youth bow. Great for kids, great for teens, great for adults as well. It is hunting class capable, no problem, because it does max out at 50 pounds of full power. However, there is only one way you will ever see 50 pounds out of this thing, okay? And that is at 27 inches of draw length, okay, and having the limbs turned all the way in. Then you'll be at the 50-pound max. Like I said, this thing does stacking and unstacking. So from the factory, they actually had the limbs screwed all the way down, which is exactly the way it was when I got it from the pawn shop. They were screwed all the way down, and it was set at 22 inches, which is way too friggin' short for me. I'm a 28, my Stinger is set to 28, but this is 27, and it can't go any higher but I have no issues shooting this thing right-handed. Now, I'm a left-handed shooter, left-handed dominant, left eye dominant, but for some weird thing, I can actually shoot this thing and hit bullseyes, as long as I don't mess up and Mother Nature leaves me alone. I can hit bullseyes with this thing, no problem, at the 27-inch draw. And the 27-inch draw, actually, in a right-handed mode for me, is actually very comfortable, okay? Same as my 28-inch is very comfortable for me left-handed. So, okay, so I'm a bit of a weird anomaly. I can shoot both ways. Because I do close my left eye to look through the peep on this, because I kind of have to, at least. I can't shoot two eyes open with a compound. With a traditional bow, that's different. I kind of have to have both eyes open, but this, yeah, I've got sights to deal with, so I got to deal. And it works fine for me. I'm okay with it. I like the size and weight of this thing. It's just like, it doesn't really weigh a lot, so it's really easy to keep it stable, too, when you're at full draw, right? Now, where does this stacking and unstacking work? Well, that works with your cams. So, to get this thing to 20 pounds, okay, only way that's going to happen, turn these bolts out 3 turns each from the factory all the way in, and then set your draw length to 15 inches. That's it. That's the only way you're going to see 20 pounds. Because as soon as you go up by 1 inch increments, of course, weight is controlled independently and then added, right, together. You adjust this to your next level up. You adjust this to the next level up. They have to match. And that adds more poundage without even touching the limbs. It'll add more poundage. So a 15-inch draw at limbs all the way down, that is not 50 pounds. You have to stack the pounds by increasing the draw length and then having these squashed all the way down. Then you hit 50 pounds at 27-inch draw. So if I go to 26-inch draw, full limb squish, it drops down. And I found that I didn't understand the whole stacking thing until I talked to my archery guy. And because these limbs were set right flat, and it was set at 22 inches when I picked it up at the pawn shop, and I had no problem pulling this thing back. And I was like, hey, that's not bad, you know. And but that ain't no 50 pounds, right? But it was still hard. Even at 22 inches, it was still really hard, but not as hard as this thing is. At 27 inches at 50, I could not even pull this thing back in the shop. I'm like, this is not going to happen. Not with this little tiny guy, because it seems to amplify itself that much more as well, which is quite interesting. Because now you've got all that weight immediately, and it's like, I don't like that. I like my Stinger a little bit better, because I'm working toward that 54 pounds that I'm set at currently, which I maxed to 70 on that one. Where this, it's like you get it all at once and you got to heave it back until you get the relief and for the let off. And it's like, that's weird. But hey, it is what it is, and it works fine. If you don't like the quiver that comes with this thing, just unbolt it there, dump the parts. You got 2 mounts here on the sight. Mount a, one of those quivers that you can take on and off quickly. You can do that too. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it. Original rubber is black, obviously. This is green. That's what I wanted for a color choice. Eventually, one of these days, when it comes time, I'm actually going to get all the strings and cables changed and go to a different color, probably green and black, I'm thinking, for this one, just because I think that'd be kind of cool, and it goes good with the green here. Maybe I'll even get this changed over to green while I'm at it. So, but yeah, it's a nice bow. It's really nice. It's comfy. It shoots nice. This has apparently anti-torque technology built into the hand grip or riser. There's a lot I still don't understand about bows, but I'm learning quick, let me tell you. And it's nice to be able to shoot both ways too, because I learned a lot about myself from my capabilities. I also learned a lot about different bows that way. There are a few more bows I do want to collect though, but in the meantime, let's finish this off. I'm going to put this thing exactly how this thing is, okay? You get this thing with everything you see on here except the arrows when you buy it brand new. You could get some arrows with it, who knows? But that's what it would come with, is everything ready to rock out of the box, okay? And that's what I have learned about it as well. I have no idea what it costed brand new back in the day. I made a deal with the pawn shop. We sold it on 150, which was fine for 150 bucks. It's more than worth it for 150, and it is an older bow, obviously, too. But it is in absolutely perfect condition. I mean, there's not even a scratch or mark on it. You know, and it's like, it's probably the original string too, obviously, and it's still in fantastic condition. I had the bow thoroughly gone over by the archery shop, and yeah, good to go. Just keep waxing up that string, and you'll be fine for years of shooting yet. So it's like, cool, I like that. Now, it is hunting class too, just remember, but the only way you have to know your regulations for what you're going to shoot. In Ontario, here's how it works in Ontario, Canada. 40 pounds basically, or 39 point blah, blah, blah. Just round it to 40 pounds even. That's what you need for turkey and for deer, okay? Deer is big game. Turkey, they switched it over to small game for us, but we still got to buy a tag anyhow. You can also shoot small game with that. I don't know what the poundage requirements are yet. I have to look them up for whatever you're going to shoot. But if you want anything bigger game than a deer, you have to be at 50 plus pounds. And this thing at least will go to 50, but only if the limbs are all the way down to all screwed in and you're at 27-inch draw. Then you will get your 50-pound draw weight out of the bow. That is the only way it's going to happen. Okay, but at least it is a bow that can grow with your youth to his or her teen years and even right to adulthood. To a certain point, obviously. Once they exceed past a 27-inch draw length, well, that's the way it goes. And like I said, I'm shooting 28-inch because I am a 28, and that's on my left-handed bow. On this, it's stuck at 27. I can shoot it fine at 27. Doesn't fizz me at all, and I get good anchor point. So 1 inch for me makes no difference. Might make a difference to you, but for me it doesn't, and I'm shooting both left and right-handed bows too, so there you go. Anyways, so in conclusion, 4.5 out of 5. Don't pay more than 150 bucks if you can help it, but make sure it's in cherry condition for that price. Nothing missing, nothing broken, all that jazz. You know how it works. Okay, you're only going to find these used nowadays. I don't know the whole story on if Apprentice 2s and 3s are still being sold new, but they're also older bows. Who knows, you might even find new old stock. I have no idea the setup with those, but there's really not much difference. Now, they did make these left and right-handed as well in all 3 Apprentice models, and I would love to get my hands on a left-handed version, hopefully in either the black camo or this camo. Doesn't matter to me. Just don't want pink. That's a girly thing, and yeah, not my thing. Anyway, so if you got questions, down below in the comments, or if you want to make a comment, go ahead. If you want to subscribe, if you're not already, go ahead. Also, because it helps me out, also check out my archery playlist as well, and it's going to be continually growing and growing and growing over however long. This is kind of a thing that's going to be an ongoing thing for me with goodies, toys, this, that. I got a target coming in this week as well that I'm going to be trying out, see how well it works. And then there's another target I'm going to be buying in a couple of weeks that hopefully will totally outlast anything else previous to it. Because, yeah, I've been going through some target systems. So, can say I like to shoot my bows. Anyhow, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.